Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Burning River Browns talk tonight. It is Wednesday night, July 24th, and it is 9:40 p.m. So it's time for the show. I am your host, Lou Marconi at lmarconi251 on Instagram and at lmarconi1973 on Twitter with a brand new blue check mark. So you're going to see this show and other shows on my page. Fantastic. Happy to have it. Also, the Burning River Browns Talk is a part of the Fanatical Elves Network, which is a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Last night I did the show, talked mostly about Amari Cooper's contract restructure. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that today, but there was no injury designations. Well, that changed today. So that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to go over it directly from the Cleveland Browns team's website. But before we go any further, without any further ado, I do need to take a break for our sponsors. All right. Thank you. Thank you for hanging with me. We're back. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's go right ahead and get right into it and just talk about this. Yeah. Let's go over injury designations. We're done today. And let me go ahead and share the screen. This is directly from the Cleveland Browns website. Okay. First off, placed on active non in football injury list. So Greg Newsome, cornerback Greg Newsome, has a hamstring issue. Don't know how serious it is, but they had to put him on the list. Nyheim Hines, if you remember, a year ago, he tore his ACL. He didn't play at all last year. He's a running back. He played for Buffalo the year before, missed all last year, but could be an excellent backup running back and kickoff returner with the new kickoff rules. So this doesn't surprise me with Nyheim Hines. The Greg Newsome's a little bit concerning, but nothing to press the panic button about yet. All right. Now, these are the active, physically unable to perform, the PUP list. Safety D'Anthony Bell with a shin. Did not know about that. So hopefully he'll be ready to go. Nick Chubb with the knee. That's active, physically unable to perform. Yes, obviously we expect him to be on the PUP list, but being on the active PUP list means that there is a possibility he could be available early in the season. Doesn't mean he will be, but it's possible. It's still possible as long as he's on the active physically unable to perform list. Now this goes until the final roster cutdown. If he goes on the PUP list after that, he will have to miss the first 4 weeks of the season, which, you know what? If he's not ready, he's not ready. I want him back when he's ready. I don't want him back any sooner than that. So, anyway, much appreciated, much obliged. Thank you. We got other players here. Jack Conklin, knee, had a season-ending knee injury last year. That was during the Cincinnati Bengals game, if I am not mistaken. So he will be on the physical unable to perform list. I think he'll start the training camp like that, just like Jedrick Wills. And I think Jedrick Wills' injury happened, if I'm not mistaken, against the Arizona Cardinals. And then this one surprised me and concerned me was our starting defensive tackle, Dalvin Tomlinson. Hope he gets back and he's ready to go soon. So there's some injuries. We have 7 guys already on these lists. So it's like, this is how we start out our training camp. Hey, guys, let's see what happens. But I wanted to make sure you're aware of this, and this is what happened. So that's that. This is directly from the team's website. You can go on to clevelandbrowns.com and go under transactions and see this. And that's pretty much what it is. Nothing major, nothing groundbreaking, but we expected that with Chubb, and that's exactly what we got. So I wanted to make sure I made you aware of that because I talked about it a little bit yesterday. Ooh, I'm actually back on the screen. I have a comment. Yeah, and guess what? My co-host, she saw this too. Yep, absolutely. So Yep, she's probably seen me on the blue check mark. All right, thank you. I'm kidding. No, she saw who's on the pup list. Yeah, so the concerning one is obviously Dalvin Tomlinson's the most concerning to me, and Greg Newsome because they're starters on defense. Nick Chubb was expected, Jedrick Wills is expected, and so is Jack Conklin was expected. Let's see how they progress. It makes sense, but I also want to say, changing gears a little bit on what occurred yesterday with the restructuring of Amari Cooper, because there was a lot of people with a lot of concern regarding, will he get his contract redone? Is he going to be in camp? Is he going to be a holdout? You go over to the defending NFC champions, Trent Williamson, or Trent Williams, I should say, their starting left tackle. He is holding out. He's not practicing. He's not there. You have Brandon Ayuk, who's there, but he's not participating. He's just there, so they can't fine him, which is kind of like a hold in. It's a new thing I've heard of. So there's things that happen around the league, but what we saw yesterday, and I'm having to send an article too. What it means is you saw, Amari Cooper. He leveraged his value to get a raise, and he deserved it. He got a $5 million raise. He leveraged it. He did it, and you can't blame somebody for getting a raise when they deserve it. Considering too, he just turned 30 years old, and that's kind of, he knows he's not going. He's trying to make his money while he can. He might get a decent contract somewhere else after this year. He could be with the Browns, but I don't think the Browns are going to overpay him. Some other team might. This might be his last year in Cleveland. Start dealing with that possibility and enjoy the time that we have. But he is here now. He's in camp. We have Amari Cooper, Jerry Judy, Elijah Moore as our top three receivers going into camp. Deshaun Watson's full go. Nick Chubb is squatting 558 pounds. And we have DeJuan Jones, who's not on the list, ready to play right tackle. And hopefully Jedrick Wills will be back to start, and Jack Conklin will be ready back to play as well. Let's see how it happens. Let's see how it goes. But my point being is that you saw an owner pony up the money to not have a distraction. They're about winning now. You saw front office act competently and not panic. They're in it to win now. You saw what a consistently good organization does. They keep players, they reward the players, and they make sure they keep that core together. Nothing's going to last forever. We have a good team. We have a very good roster. We have a very good coaching staff. What is it going to mean? Well, we're going to have to play the games to find out. But I am saying this as long as I'm 51 years old. I started remembering seeing the Browns on television when I was 7. Okay, that's 44 years of watching the Cleveland Browns year in and year out and watching NFL football. I know a good team when I see one. This is a good team. This is a very good Browns team. This is a playoff team. Very well could win the division. With some luck and good health, who knows what could happen. We're good enough. We are good enough to be able to win it all. Let's enjoy it. What you saw yesterday with Amari Cooper being in camp and on time with no distractions and no BS was what a competent, good, consistent organization does. Period. Let's enjoy it. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, comment, share, hit the notification bell. Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. They provide a lot of content creators provide a lot of wonderful content. Who's that? Vincent Rogers, Dog Pound. Hey man, thank you, Vincent. Thank you. And also, I'm going to put Sherry's comment back up. Yep, Sherry, thank you. We're going to be on Friday night. I'm going to be on tomorrow night. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on. I appreciate you. Thank you. Like I said, like, comment, share. I am Lou Marconi at lmarconi251 on Instagram, at lmarconi1973 on Twitter X. Once again, always remember when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow night.